everybody, welcome back. I'm Tabitha, and you know what's been missing around here? Book reviews. That's what's been missing around here. So I haven't posted book reviews in a while, so here's what we're going to do for catch-ups. Today, all I'm going to talk about is the 3-star ones that I've read since the last time I posted an update on what I've been reading. So quick update or quick rundown for those of you who are new around here or just curious, what does a 3-star mean? 3-star around here means the book was good, but it had a slightly more niche audience. So I can't say that just because you read that genre, you're going to love that book. So instead, I'm going to tell you what exactly it would take, who's going to actually love it. Take a look out for that, because if you're that person, this is definitely a book you don't want to miss. So since the last time you saw me, I have read 4 books that I would throw in that category of 3 stars that are totally worth your time. And those are the ones we're going to talk about today. Ready? Let's go. For the 3-star books that are definitely worth you checking out, Identity by Alexandra Bayer. This was published in 2020 by Aya Ellen Publishing, which I do believe is an independent press. It's a young adult contemporary and it's 310 pages. I should also mention this was an electronic review copy sent to me by the author in exchange for this honest review. So what didn't I like about this one? Well, I can say that some of the ideas in this one are repeated. Occasionally, Naya's also at a weird age where it almost feels like it's tiptoeing or tap dancing that line between young adult and new adult. And I sometimes spent pages waiting for clueless Naya to catch up with what I already knew. What did I like about this one? The first one, this is a big one, you guys. I love when tropes are played with. And this one plays around with a trope that's normally a romance trope. That, oh no, he's secretly famous trope was spun around to be about friendship here instead of romantically driven. And I loved that. In fact, this entire book is focused on friendships, and that's really what the book's about. So if you like books about friendships, you're going to love that. It's all about platonic relationships instead of romantic ones. I do also think this book is a realistic depiction of celebrity life. The celebrities in this one come across as real people, and that's the constant point of the book. Who do I think should read this one? If you're an older young adult reader or a younger new adult reader and you're looking for something to bridge that gap, you like contemporary stories about friendship or maybe even celebrities, you're going to love this one. So the verdict, my rating, 3 stars. It's just a really good contemporary story if you happen to be in the niche that wants stories about friendship and celebrities. It's well written, it's well memorable, and I love when tropes are twisted. The next 3-star book I think is worth your time checking out is The Garden of Golden Children by Ashley Hutchison. This is a young adult age category fantasy novel published by the Lost Boys Press in 2021, and it is 200 pages. I should mention that this was also an advanced reader copy, although a physical one that was sent to me by Lost Boys Press. In fact, if you jump to their website and join their review crew, you can score free copies just like this whenever Lost Boys Press does new releases. But enough about the commercial. What didn't I like about this one? So this is a content warning more than it is something I didn't like. This one does feature child abuse and darker themes. If that bothers you, steer clear of this one. I will say a lot of this one is like beautifully cryptic. That just means you're going to have to really read it slowly and maybe cycle back and read things a second time to get all that the author has packed into it, even though it's only 200 pages. Just slow down and appreciate it. That's my advice. What did I like about this one? It has beautiful language. There are no shortage of quotes you're going to want to write down or remember. Just appreciate them. They're like little bits of chocolate. I also like the repetition. When I first saw the repetition coming up, I was afraid I wasn't going to like it. There are little sections of this book that almost seem like they make no sense, but then they come back later and they are completely clear, and it was beautiful and amazingly well done. It clicks. It's really good. Last thing I'm going to say is that the line breaks really work. Some of this is almost experimenting with blank space, like poetry, even though it's fantasy, and I love poetry, so that really worked for me. Who do I think should read this one? If you're in a book club, this would make an amazing one to unpack and read and slow down and read with the book club because it was really good. I also think if you like fantasy, but you also like poetry and you like literary work and you kind of want to see how that all comes together, this is definitely the book for you. My rating, I gave this one 3 stars. It's a little niche, of course, because it's blending fantasy, poetry, and literal lyrical language. But if that's your niche, this is going to be an unmatched favorite. There is nothing else like this out there, and that makes it cool. The next 3-star that is worth checking out, especially if you're in the niche, is Our Biggest Experiment by Alice Bell. This is an adult age category nonfiction. You can also call it a science book. It's from Counterpoint Press. It came out in September of 2021. It is 384 pages, and I did receive an advanced reader copy of a print, like physical version from the publisher in exchange for this honest review. What didn't I like about this one? It feels dry. Think textbook. It reads a lot like a textbook. It's also not as action focused as far as fixing the climate change problem as I wanted it to be. And some chapters sort of feel like they're taking you down a rabbit hole. What did I like about this one? It is obviously well researched. This author did her research. You can tell by what's included in the back and the the places she got it from. It's just really well researched, and nobody's going to accuse her of not knowing what she was writing about. I also think she did a good job of bringing a lot of the chapters into a laid-back sort of tone. It's almost like a very, very knowledgeable friend sat down to chat with a friend. The language isn't too high. The research is brought down to a level you can understand. It's all important stuff, and it shows that climate change is real and how we created the problem. Who do I think should read this one? If you're a science-minded, curious reader and you want to know about the history of energy in the world and about climate change, this is totally the book for you. Go get it. She doesn't talk down to you. She just explains it in a really cool way. My rating, of course, is 3 stars. I just think the research is refreshing and well organized, and the history is accurate, but it is a little cumbersome to get through. So just be aware, you're going into a science-type book, but it's very well researched. And the last 3-star read that I think you don't want to miss, especially if you're in the niche, is The Eye Collector by Newwyn. This is an adult age category mystery thriller. It was independently published in 2020, and it was 197 pages. So what didn't I like about this one? There were some grammatical errors that distract a few times. There are definitely unhealthy relationships, which we'll call a content warning if you need it, and some rushed plot points that I would have liked to see slow down. What did I like? That ending. Just, yeah, I can't say more spoilers, but that ending, wow. Also the first scene, so it's funny because we start on a wow and we end on a wow. That first scene just sets the anticipation really, really, really well. You know from that first scene that something huge is coming, and I love spending the rest of the book cycling to that and trying to get there. That was really pretty cool. This book, and I mean this with all the love and respect that anybody who likes this kind of book knows I mean, it is dark and twisted in the best possible way. And that's just high praise. Anyway, who do I think should read this one? If you like shorter stories with dark mysteries and big twists, if you like dark books and you're willing to overlook, rushed plot points or some grammar, I definitely think you're going to love this one. It was beautifully dark. Stick around because that ending definitely pays out. My rating, I'm giving it 3 stars. Of course, that's why we're here. Again, you just have to be willing to deal with those rushed plot points, but wow, that ending. Woo. All right, friends, that is it. Those are all the 3-star books that I think you should check out if you happen to be in the niche that I mentioned. In the coming weeks, keep your eye out for videos where I'll recap the 4- and 5-star books that I read while I was taking my little hiatus there. Yeah, it's going to happen. In the meantime, add some of these to your TBR because they were definitely worth your time, but they'd also make great gifts. And don't forget to keep following the path to your own dreams. Subscribe to this channel, and then, tap that little bell so you know when I'm back. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye!